No author, no book. All right, so I'm referring to morality. And once again, when I talk about these types of subjects and talk about what atheists believe and that kind of thing, I understand and make a blanket statement that I know that not all atheists are going to fall into every category that I'm speaking about, right? There's different beliefs, different thought processes, different motivations. But you will hear most atheists, they're going to say things like, I don't have to believe in God to live a moral life. And in one sense, that is absolutely true. You do not. You can still tell the truth. You can love one another. You can help your neighbor. You can do many good things without having to believe that God exists. The issue is not whether you can do good things. The issue is whether you can explain why anything is truly right or wrong in the first place. That's the issue, the objective morality. And I've touched on this in the past. The Bible tells us that God's law it's written on our hearts. That means that every person, believer or not, we all have a conscience, right? We all feel something in our heart and we know certain things are right and wrong. You don't have to be taught that murder is evil or it's better to be nice to somebody and make them feel good and do a good deed for someone than it is to do the opposite and take from somebody or hurt from someone. You don't need to be taught that. We know that deep down because we're built, or I don't say built, we're created in the image of God. So when an atheist lives a moral life, you're borrowing from God's moral law while denying God himself exists. Without God, morality becomes subjective, personal preference, cultural opinion. And you'll hear that a lot that, well, society, we know that it's wrong to kill people because that helps society um, expand or survive. Well, not in Hitler didn't think so, right? So it's subjective to the culture. And I think most of us can say that objectively, what Hitler did is absolutely wrong. If there is no God, there is no ultimate standard above just our humanity, our personal preference. What is right for you may not be right for me. And no one can say what you're doing is truly wrong. No one can say what I'm doing is truly wrong. But that doesn't match reality. We know that's not the case. We all know some things are objectively evil, regardless of society, regardless of time, regardless of era, regardless of place or opinion. It's like reading a book and denying there is no author. Yes, absolutely. I can read a book and I can understand it. I can enjoy the story. I can follow the plot. I can quote the words, but the book itself would not exist if there wasn't a mind behind the book, an author. And so, in the same way, you can live a moral life while denying God exists or that, it even applies to you. But moral law only makes sense if there's a moral lawgiver. All right. When there's a lawgiver. Morality points beyond us and it points back to God. Whether people acknowledge him or not, he is the objective standard of right and wrong because it is his nature. All right. God bless. Thanks for watching. Hope you get value out of this, and I'll see you back next time. Bye.